Deep breath. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Live on Two Wheels, your weekly motorcycle live show that's also a podcast that also wasn't so live last week. Sorry we missed you guys. Love you long time. If we could have been here, we would. But our plates are full.
I don't even remember why we weren't.
The weather had continued to be a bullshit thing, and it pushed our filming schedule back. And we were filming something that we literally only had for a week. Oh my god, that looks terrible.
What is wrong with that camera? Does it look like this on here? It does.
Yes.
Nice. Cool.
Let's go back to the one that'll probably die.
Never go to that camera.
All right, guys, the whole show just like this. All right, guys. So yeah, this is Live on Two Wheels, your weekly motorcycle live show. That's also a podcast. If you guys want to watch it, or listen to it, if you want to watch it with your ears, it's available over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you leave us a review, we'd love you a long time.
Do we have a review?
I don't know.
We have a new review.
I'm new here.
We have a new review.
All right, so that's the fun part, guys. It's very helpful for us to get reviews from you guys. It helps us grow the show. So to show you guys that we're so appreciative of the reviews, we have cool little decals. Woohoo! Actually, really high quality decals. So if you leave a review and we choose it and read it on the show, we will send you a decal totally free of charge. So we have a brand new review, and I'm gonna review the review. Wait, where are you going?
I need to see if I can stop this.
Why do you need to stop? Bo's currently uploading tomorrow's video, so why are you trying to stop it?
Apparently it's very choppy.
Can't stop, won't stop, bro.
Oh.
Hey, if you just refresh that page, it'll probably screw the upload. It's really easy to mess an upload
I
up.
think it did.
Yeah, trust me. As a guy that uploads multiple things every single week, it's not hard to F that up.
Yep.
All right.
All it took was one refresh button.
Also, guys, the title and discussion of today's show is going to be motorcycle protection. How much do you need? What do you have to have? If you're on a budget, what's the best thing to grab first? We're going to be talking all about motorcycle protection on all styles of motorcycles. So it'll be a cool episode. But if I could ask, I'm going to read this review. Ooh. Title: Awesome podcast for all things moto by Matt Reddy. Fun, casual banter about mostly motorcycles with hilarious tangents. Super silly and informative. Keep up the fantastic work. Fantastic work. He's clearly listening to the wrong podcast, but we appreciate. He's talking about Ghost. He's talking about that first. He's talking about. He's talking about the first part of the show where we show a lot of the stuff the Ghost makes, and then we go the rest of the show. Matt Reddy, thank you so much for your review and those 5 stars. Email me, chase@chaseontwowheels.com. I'll send you a form. You fill it out. I'll get you a decal. I mean, I mail them out like once a month, but like, hey.
There you go.
Pop all 4 of them
They're
out
free.
one
all
time.
It took was words.
There you go. Well, typing, you know.
That's your
you could
calories.
do it. You can do that with AI these days.
Yeah.
Write a review for the best motorcycle podcast I've ever listened to. Be dramatic. Enter. I'm sure
you
it's
have
gold.
your homework.
ChatGPT is literally free.
You have your homework. That's the next review I want to see.
I forget that the things I say can literally be done. So I live in a world of imagination. All right. So that's the review. Thank you so much for the reviews. Also, if you guys want to support the show, there's a couple other ways to do it other than leaving a review. One way is to become a member. So we're going to talk about membership real quick because it's dope. And all my members in the live chat, I ain't even got to tell you guys what to do. You guys know what to do. Let's get the membership stuff going real quick so that people can see what they get for it. So, guys, if you're brand new to YouTube memberships, I'll show you what it looks like. Go to our YouTube channel page here, Live on Two Wheels. Over here, click that join button. After you click that join button, you're going to see all the cool stuff you get. So, let's go over all of the membership benefits. You get loyalty badges next to your name in the comments and the live chat. You get custom emojis to use.
I know what it is.
Wait, what are you talking about? Okay. While Bo is figuring something here, we'll go straight to me. All right. So for your membership, we have another member because Chase gifted another freaking membership. Jesus Christ, Chase. Also, thank you for being Chase.
Memberships.
He donated 5 memberships?
Yes.
It's the backup job.
Bro, Chase just donated 5 memberships. 5 people just got memberships because of this crazy ass individual.
It's the backup job.
Did you pause it?
No.
Pause it. It's fine. Chase, you, dude, Bo, you're missing all of it. All we're hearing is, oh yeah, oh, like literally 5 in a row. Oh my good God. Oh my God, it's still going. Chase, Jesus. A thing I say very often. All right, back to memberships.
That's hilarious.
You get loyalty badges next to your name in the comments in the live chat. Look in the live chat, you'll see all the emojis. You get custom emojis to use in the comments in the live chat, photos and status updates, get access to members-only community page where we post show updates, member shoutouts, priority replies in the comments. Because we always look for member badges when we're responding to comments. So if you guys want our attention and you want to support the show, join the Ontwo Crew. It is the best way to do it. If you want,
Jenny, put the Jenny logo, the Jenny
well, that's
hilarious.
That's kind of fair.
Nice.
There's a lot of symmetry with that. If you want a way to support the show that is totally free, you can join our Discord server. Guys, we have an entire motorcycle Discord server literally for you guys that we have been creating. Here, I'll let Bo get back on the show. We've got an entire Discord server for you guys full of motorcycle enthusiasts just like y'all that enjoy motorcycle content here on the internet. It is a super fun place to be. I personally wish I had more time to be in there. So shout out to all our Discord people. And one thing we like to do on the show is do our Discord shout out for all the people that post photos in our Moto Photos section. That's where you can post photos of your motos. So our what? It is literally true. It's literally true.
Yeah.
All right, so our Discord shoutouts of the week this week, we have Call Sign Ultra. All this shit for a gasket.
Ugh.
God, don't we understand?
Yep.
Jesus, that
feel
is
you, bud.
also like in the carport.
But that's my life.
Yeah, that's Bo's life. Bo, this hits too close to home for Bo. Next up, we got our Discord user and Smort CEO, Randrew. Got his luggage ready for SmortCon. Only 87 gas stops. Chase, you got luggage for the Ibex now, so...
It's true.
Okay. So shout out to you guys. Was that? No, we got Yanto, of course. Yanto SP.
Yanto,
So you still think I'm Trey?
Yanto always has like the glamour shots versions of like motorcycle.
I love the fact that he goes above and beyond for photos
Yeah, we got
because
one
it's. Oh, you got more?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Shoot. Sorry. Ghost loaded us up this week. Final one. We've got Discord user Robert. Picked him and his xenomorph windscreen again to keep the complaints down at the Discord.
Nice. That is a fucking ginormous.
That hey, he's got wind protection for days.
Yep.
That's awesome. Thank you all the people over on our Discord. We love you long time. Oh look, this our next emoji needs to be a Bucky's emoji. That's hilarious.
Okay. Can do.
So Bo is the resident emoji creator. So if you guys want emojis, oh wait, Ghost, you had multiple ones in there.
That's from the Discord.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. So we do need to have a Buggies one in there, and that way we can like really push the Bucky's 1000 that we are 100% gonna do.
Yep.
Alrighty. So boom. When should we do the Steve things? Should we do it now?
These things. Yeah.
So our what do you call that?
The neighbor.
Our work neighbor here at the shop, Steve. Shout out to Steve. I think it was yesterday morning or this morning. He's like a woodworking guy and makes wood things.
Gross oversimplification of his high-end furniture business.
That really cool dude. So the other morning, he needed to move 2 doors into his trailer. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but
They're solid wood.
they're solid wood. But dude, Hold on. I'm going to show you the photo. He sent me a photo of him next to the door. A giant could have gotten into this door.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. First, I want you to see the doors first. No big deal.
Yeah. Those are like
Door with Steve next to it.
Yeah.
Guys, these are like at least 10-foot doors.
Yeah.
It actually maybe 10.
They look like the doors that go into an executive's conference room.
Yeah, these doors are giant. So I helped him get the doors in, and then, reciprocity. He was like, I feel like I owe you a beer or something. I was like, dude, you're totally good. I don't mind. I don't help it at all. And then he comes over today talking about grapefruit and shit. And he's like, no, there's this beer that's awesome. So Steve brought us. Do you want to try saying that?
Schafferhofer.
Schaffer. Wow, it does say Schafferhofer. Okay, so I'm not really a beer guy, but I figured when we got these at 11:57 today, Bo was literally like this, half cracked, and I'm like, oh, that'll be so fun. We'll drink them on the show. And Bo goes, oh, yeah, I guess we could do that. This motherfucker about to pop one of these at 11:55 on a fucking busy Thursday.
I was ready.
This guy. All right, so let's pop these things. Let's see what it's all about. All right.
Ooh.
That was satisfying.
Yeah, I think I had the slightly popped one.
Yeah. Do you like beer?
I like beer, yes.
I don't.
I'm
So
not,
we'll see how
I'm not
this
really a
goes.
liquor drinker, so.
I'm the opposite. So.
Okay.
What, bro? Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, as a beer guy, how many beers taste like that?
I mean, that's a very grapefruit. Like it definitely.
This tastes like grapefruit with a very slight hint of beer.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't like beer and you want to try that? Oh my gosh, that's great. I bet Heather would really like this. Not that we need to be drinking beer.
So do you take it back? You would slam this at 11 o'clock while eating brunch?
Dude, I'm so upset that oh my god, dude, this is a brunch drink?
Yeah.
You got your little fucking eggs and avocado toast and shit?
Well, eggs Benedict.
I don't think my wife's in the chat. I hadn't seen her, but like, babe,
It's good.
this right here, let me show you guys a good shot, because that, I don't like beer. I've never been a big beer guy. I love bourbon. I love, I'm getting into tequila now, but that is actually solid.
I like the really yeasty beers.
I don't even know what that
Belgians
means.
and stuff like that, but yeah.
Oh,
this is
also, while we're here, we're chilling today, obviously, but you guys let me know what you think about my hat. Check it out. I got this hat for ridiculous reasons that I'll explain here in a second.
It's like the "We Have Pharrell at Home" hat.
The We Have Pharrell. What's that?
Yes, it's like the Wish version of Pharrell.
Wow. Do you want to continue that?
No.
Oh, look at the little
stringy thing.
little stringy boy hanging out. That's kind of cool. I like that. So check this out. This is something, a funny little side story that has nothing to do with motorcycles. So if you guys want to click off, I don't blame you.
Jesus,
Bro, we're just fucking drinking beer, hanging out. So you know how we have the Ontwowheels channel, and we got the car reviews. We're trying to come in and
they do.
So we, I'm familiar. So we have a.
yes.
God, I hate that noise so much. But
3-month anniversary.
But thank you, Control Alt Owned, for the 3-month anniversary.
3-month anniversary.
3-month anniversary. I forgot So we got the Ontwowheels channel that we're working on with Patty Rick, and the YouTube is a little slow going. We had around like 4,100 subs, which I'm pretty proud of.
Yeah.
Videos are rolling out slowly, but we're killing it in the short form game on TikTok and Instagram. So we're early days and trying to figure out ways to like make money on that channel. And we have this huge TikTok channel, and TikTok is rolling out this whole like affiliate program thing where they want you to promote shit so bad. They will give you a $50 gift certificate to buy anything on the TikTok shop.
Yeah. Do they have a newsboy cap?
A newsboy cap?
Man, like the little newsboy caps.
I don't know what a newsboy cap is. Anyway, so maybe. I don't know. So you can get an affiliate income, like if somebody buys from your link in that thing. So I'm going through the TikTok stuff because we have a car review coming out soon that Bo's currently editing. But the car matches this hat, and I knew that car was coming in, so I was like, what's the most ridiculous thing that I can order on TikTok to wear during the review, and I saw this hat and I'm like, bro, this is perfect. So I bought it.
So,
And now I think it's a vibe, and I'm trying to make it a
goes.
thing.
He comes and goes. Come a chameleon.
I just,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. All right, so yeah, that's the story of my hat. I'm trying to make it a thing. I really like I wear a baseball hat like every day.
It's better than that dumb hat you had earlier in the week.
Well, I was gonna wear that, but I forgot that I left it in my. I left it in my luggage on my iPad.
I don't know how you are, like your mental health is right now, but if you'd worn that hat,
trust me, guys, trust me. So I'm in a phase right now where I want to have a different style of hat than a regular hat. I got no problem with regular hats, but like I just want to try something different. So I'm trying what do you even call this? Do you know? Like I don't even know what kind of hat you call it.
Felt brimmed hat.
Brimmed hat. So I'm trying brimmed hats, and then I got another hat. I'm going to try to wear it next week if I remember to. You know what? I'm going to try to wear it for you guys because Bo will lose his shit. And here's the thing. I'm not going to tell him until like right here. I'm going to be like, I'm going to pop it on.
I'll just leave. That's it for me. See you guys later.
This live footage of this episode. I would love to see you in a 3-piece suit. I want to see that.
I've only ever worn a suit for a funeral.
Okay,
and a
stop. I don't like where your story's going.
That's it. It's the same suit too.
Oh my god. Beginning of life and end of life.
Yeah.
This is my life suit.
I'll go out naked like I came in naked. I got 2 suits.
All right, now I'm
birthday suit and my wedding suit.
Oh my god, I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting this down right now. All right. So, guys, it's that early part of the show where we are going to go to our... I mean, who the hell knows at this point, dude? So, let's go to the Quick Shifter segment. If you guys are new to the show, the Quick Shifter segment is where our spectral producer Ghosts put a video together to talk about the motorcycle industry, news, and stuff like that you guys need to know. But it's a quick shifter, so we've only got 30 seconds to talk about each topic. Let's see what we got this week. Ghost, did you have to redo the quick shifter, or is this from last week's quick shifter?
It swelled up a little bit since it didn't play last week.
I had a feeling we were gonna get what is it? What's the
extra.
cut? A little extra. Okay, so let's go to the quick
Extended
shifter
cut.
this week. Extended edition. Yeah. Welcome to the quick shifter. Ooh, Ghost. I like that. Okay, fam. Yay! Sorry to pause the quick shifter. Andy says, "Do you really want to hurt me?" No. Did I read that
Do you
right?
want to make him cry?
Why would I want to make him cry?
Just go with the quick shifter, bud.
Okay, we're gonna back to the. Oh God, do we wait or do we pause the quick shifter again?
Longest quick shifter ever.
Wait. Am I? I feel like there's an inside joke and I'm not getting it. Wait. Pause. Hold the presses. Hold the presses.
It happened right after I said it too. It's fucking great. There's a
Chase says, "Do you really want to make me cry?"
Yeah.
What's happening?
It's the lyrics to a song.
Oh, the thing you were singing, and
Just look up Boy George.
I love inside jokes. I can't wait to be a part of one day.
Yeah.
All right, back to the quick shifter. Sorry, guys. Thank you guys for the super chats.
He's a youngin'.
The last bike Elvis Presley owned, a 1976 Harley-Davidson FLH Bicentennial, is up for auction at Mickham, Indy this year. Comes with original California title signed by the king himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude.
They think it might end up being the highest.
The
auction
color,
price for
the highlight colors on this thing look sick. That's pretty impressive. We need to update on this if it beats the record or whatever. I bug up.
Japan's Big Four, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha, join forces for research and development of hydrogen bikes. In addition to motorcycles, they will look at other small mobility needs as well. Yeah. Scooters.
What's up with the hydrogen thing? Is this something? Because Ducati was already talking about hydrogen, and now the Big Four are talking about hydrogen. Hydrogen is obviously like piqued the interest of motorcycle people, but some of the Big Four have already joined teams on doing the like replaceable batteries.
Yeah.
Are they just hitting it all at one? I don't know.
Thoughts.
Okay. Whole episode. Hydrogen. Kawasaki drops a short video titled Your Supersport Obsession Begins with a date of 6/6/2023 on screen. They are expected to announce 16 new models. Not all bikes, but some, but maybe should be. 16 models?
That's a lot of models.
That's a lot of models indeed. Very interesting. Bro, what kind of marketing moves? Oops, okay. We'll have to talk about this more.
SmortCon 23 registration is now open. Check out Discord for information. It'll be the last weekend in August in Somerset, Kentucky. You can't spell Somerset without smort.
Yeah, technically.
What to pack for SmortCon? Just the onesie. That's it.
Just the onesie.
Yep.
Or your SmortCon hoodie.
Yeah.
Cheers. Awesome. Go SmortCon. Mine's over here. I guess my gaff tape finally failed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You look so complacent. in
Here
that.
we go.
Oh shit!
Time of the week. All right, Bo. It is one of my
Hey,
favorite.
Bo, guess what time?
Is it your favorite time of the week?
It is.
Yeah, because it's my favorite. It is time for the ghost tip of the week. Ghost tip of the week needs to.
Oh
have
look, it's
an
posted on
audio
Instagram.
I like you went full chimpanzee. Okay.
Well, there's that. Okay. Finally, time for the ghost tip of the week.
Yay! See, I did a good job. I didn't even talk through that one. I'm improving as a human.
How hard was that?
I can't explain to you. Ghost of the week. Horses make really great friends. You can always count on them for a stable relationship. Terrible, and I love it. Wait, did you just do a fucking horse sound, Ghost? I swear to God. Oh my God. Ghost tip of the week, always available over on Instagram at Ghost on
tip
Two
of the
Wheels.
week on Instagram.
He does it.
Are you fucking serious?
Are you not following Ghost on Two Wheels? You sack of shit. You should feel bad. You should feel real bad right now.
This is happening so often tonight. I can't.
Due to rising cost in video production, and because Ghost's budget is still zero, Quick Shifter is going to run a quick ad. Hang in there. I like this.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea what this is. Ghost needed. Wait. Okay. I'm not reading this, right? We're just letting it go.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Spinning it with his hands. I love it. Ooh.
Hats are so good. Okay.
Oh, with the transition. Oh! Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's nice. Ah, dude. Love it.
Damn, Ghost got a whole swag pack.
You got a little swag pack. It's sitting literally in front of you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's not over, baby. It's still going.
I saw you
it's
posted
still
that.
going.
Bro.
Ooh, the holographic. Oh, and the keychain. Let's go.
Where's this holographic too?
I know.
I like it. The box.
Versus 1,000. But wait, there's more. What could it be? What could it be? Oh, another keychain for, drum roll please. Oh, it's a tease. Oh, what's it gonna be? The Ruckus. This is so great.
This music is hype as fuck.
I love everything that's happening right now. Just, you get a like. Look at that, Ghost. I liked it. Get your custom decor today. Reach out on Instagram. Thanks, SB2Dub. ODC underscore decor. Wow, I'm hyped as fuck right now. Thanks to the ad break, we can now bring you a new segment in the Quick Shifter. If you like it, become a member and fund the ruckus. Literally and figuratively. We have a new segment. You still have a limited time to talk about the thing on the screen. Wait, but now we're running through all the gears.
What is going on?
Oh my god, this is great! I love this! 1 down, 5 up.
This is pretty wild.
First gear down, worst motorcycle trip. Wait.
I got caught in the rain on the way down the mountain at nighttime by myself. Coming back from the trip with a downy on them.
Oh my god, the rain that it was all the way to the MT-10 press launch.
Yeah.
That was pretty terrible.
Best motorcycle trip.
Oh my god.
For me, South Dakota.
But I will say, shit,
Ooh,
the other side of the MT-10, the actual press launch the next day.
How's it going?
Oh my god, this is terrifying. I don't like this anymore. I take everything I said back.
I love this now.
Third gear, favorite color on a bike?
Matte anything.
The colors of my hat. Which is hat colors. Blue. I'm really loving the like neon-y teal blue. Ghost didn't warn us about this at all. I don't appreciate this. Coolest person to ride with?
I enjoy riding with Sweds.
Present company excluded. Josh Heron is hilarious to ride with.
Sweds.
Sweds is also a really good answer. Yeah.
I like his little move like whoop.
Best bike you don't own?
Speed Triple. All right.
Man, I'm going to take the entire time to think about the answer to this question because if I remember correctly, Multistrada Pikes Peak. Favorite thing about motorcycles? Fucking freedom, baby. Woo!
Yeah, wind and horror.
Yeah, just the freedom of being able to. I got 3 lanes for every car lane.
Yep.
That's my favorite.
Cool.
That's been 1 down, 5 up.
He gone.
We need to start skipping weeks more often. Because if Ghost gets extra time and this is what comes out of it, we're going to take off a month and just see what the fuck happens.
It's the whole episode's glitchy.
Ghost would hack the channel and just start doing it from AI.
So...
pause. Cheap plug. Save on Cardo units. Use promo code GHOST on 2 wheels.
Nice.
Ghost, is the 25% off discount still rolling?
Mm-hmm. It's like the 25th, right?
24th.
24th.
Right now, guys, I ain't even going to post about it. I'd rather you go to use Ghost's link. Ghost on 2 wheels. You get 25% off Cardos right now.
A big old hunk.
That takes an amazing product for an understandable price to a super awesome product at a super awesome price. It's absolutely incredible.
You know my favorite thing about riding with Sweds is?
What?
When he's in front of you. And he
oh my god, what's happening?
You okay?
The grapefruit's coming out, boy.
When he turns into anywhere. You know what I'm talking about?
Sweds is one of those guys that when he turns, you guys let us know if there's anybody that you ride with. Sweds are Harley contact. We rode with him mostly in
South
Dakota.
Yeah.
We were on the Pan Ams. He was on a Pan Am. And he's one of those guys, and I guarantee you, if you guys ride with people, at least one person in the group is one of those guys that, for whatever fucking reason, hey, Matthew Jamison?
Jams. You've been jammed.
Welcome, Matthew Jamison. You've been jammed. That's going to be a new segment of the show. You've been jammed. Thank you for becoming a member, Matthew. Make sure to take full use of your emojis. Anyway, I guarantee if you guys have ridden with people before, you know, like everybody, you can ride in a million different ways and everybody can take a turn entirely differently. Sweds is one of those guys where
It's a 90
he's
degree
going, and then it's a fucking 90-degree hard turn into
It's
a
one of
parking
those.
lot.
It's one of those. You see those like the police bike guys.
Yes,
When
100%.
it's all like
100%.
It's all like whoop.
Yeah, and stuff like they're literally going straight, and like you blink, you literally
I'm pretty
blink,
sure
and
they
they're going
have
sideways.
to take. They have to they have to re-up on their advanced rider course, like the MSF stuff. Like,
Makes total sense
all the time.
Yeah, you would have to.
Yeah.
That's I mean, true facts for sure.
Yep.
People are always. It's always fun to ride with people, and kind of like. Especially people you haven't ridden with, I guess, because I've like ridden for a while. So like, it's fun to watch how people handle different circumstances. That'd be a cool video to make at some point, like different styles of doing the same thing.
I since riding a lot more in dirt and practicing those skills.
Right.
I now do this a lot instead of this to turn left and right. I'm doing.
Oh, you do it dirty on the road.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, cool. That's cool. I have still not ridden in dirt on the Ibex yet. But obviously that's because we have very specific tires to do that with. That actually, I just realized, because the plan. Have we told people about what we're doing with that? I think it's been. I don't know if it's too new or not. Gonna do it anyway. So it's never gotten me in trouble before. You've been jammed. I'm gonna jam some information in your ears.
Ew.
So you guys know that this will flow into our conversation today.
Yep.
But you guys know I got the Ibex now, CF Moto Ibex 800T. That's my ADV bike. So we are going to ADV Fest again this year because we had such a good time last year and we were not prepared at all. Because we had never been to it. It was a relatively new thing.
Yeah.
We're going again this year. Could not be more excited. But if you guys have been following on the Ibex build that is just going at blazing speed, we've got the Ibex basically road done as far as all the CF Moto mods, because they sent out all of their modifications that they offer for the bike, which is actually a ton of modifications. We didn't expect to have that many. So we've been doing that, and it's road ready right now. I'm going to be filming a video, I think, next week about like how does all of that added stuff weigh the bike down? How does the bike change from that? But I just realized we got we're working with Dunlop. They sent out so here's who's going to, at least in our group, who's going to get on ADV Fest in the Black Hills. I'm going with my Ibex, Bo's going with his Tiger, and Patty Rick's going with his Super T. So the boys over at Dunlop were like, hey, y'all all do not have tires prepared for that. They sent every one of us.
But I was running real low on tread.
Bro, your treads, you're going to have slicks by the time ADV Fest gets here.
To be clear, same tires I'm running currently right now.
Right. So Bo basically gets a re-up on his tires. I get the same set of tires, and these are the tires that Dunlop recommended based on, I told them the type of riding. It's going to be mostly like 50% road to get to dirt. They recommended these awesome tires. They ended up being the tires that Bo's got. And they are
awesome.
Yeah, Bo has enjoyed them every mile that he's put on
like
them.
11, 12,000 miles on them. They still got a couple K on them.
Right, so shout out to Dunlop for the tires. What are the tires? Do you know the name of them?
Trail Max Missions.
Those.
Yeah. They are really awesome.
So can't wait to get those on, but I just now realized that the plan for the videos was to put the tires on right before we go. But if we do that, then my first off-road experience on the Ibex is going to be at the Black Hills. That's probably a terrible idea. You say that, your bike is like 50% more than mine. It has way more tech.
Here's the thing. We have the best thing about ADV Fest. If you guys haven't gone to one, they do a bunch of pre-rides for the routes, and they have them in tiers.
So we can do like D tier all week.
Beginner tier and like
Which like we wouldn't have really been doing anything more than that anyway.
I've ridden a bike with no tech off-road, Royal Enfield, on basically street tires.
But you're talking about Himalayan though, right?
Yeah.
Super light though.
Yeah, still.
Well, I guess not super light.
Yeah,
Himalayan is a little hefty
all
boy.
Steel. It's light for most ADV bikes, but it's a heavy bike for its size.
Fair.
I have ridden my bike now without traction control on it. Yeah. So
let's talk about that in this video because
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear about that.
Yeah. So I think you'll be fine.
I'll take your word on it. As long as we take it easy on the first day.
And as long as you stop standing like you're trying to fuck the gas tank.
Listen, I learned a lesson on that Desert X. So is there any other housekeeping we need to get through before we get into the video of talking about tech?
I don't want to talk about work anymore.
you're still gonna work for like the next
This is
hour.
different.
Oh, okay. So work too. This is your side gig.
Yeah, this is
Cool things. We've got a lot of videos in the edit queue right now. We got a really cool video. If you guys are Aprilia fans, I got an opportunity to ride an Aprilia Tuono this week, and a V4 Tuono, not the 660, but the V4. Bruh. Like I did that intentionally. Like silence. That bike, I thought it was going to be incredibly unruly and hard to ride. Could not have been farther from the truth. We have a really cool video that we're going to be uploading actually when we leave here. So it'll be coming out tomorrow sometime. So that's going to be a really cool video. If you guys are into Aprilias, highly recommend that. We're a little packed right now, content wise, but we'll figure it out.
Don't I know it?
You do know it. All right, I think that's all for housekeeping. We had an update on WBR Garage this week. We haven't put an episode out of WBR Garage in a couple minutes. So, and by a couple minutes, it's been a couple weeks. So I did an update video for you guys. If you guys are curious about the R6 build, info is on that video. We put that out on Tuesday, I believe. So if you guys want to check that out, we got a really cool review coming out for the Ontwowheels channel. That's on YouTube. You guys can search it. We're on Instagram and TikTok as well. But I think that's all the updates. Should be a 3 video week next week for you guys. So I answer the question: is the Street 765 RS a beginner bike? Which, why is that even a question? Anyway, I'll talk about the video. All right, so let's talk about motorcycle protection. As we probably know, and if you guys have ridden motorcycles for any length of time, Ghost with ADV Ruckus to Black Hills. LOL. Woo! Oh yeah. I kind of love the idea of an ADV Ruckus.
Yeah.
So maybe next season of WBR Garage we build 2 ADV Ruckuses. Ghost just auto gets one, and then the other person it's chosen.
I don't hate this idea. I don't
hate that idea either. I know a guy on the inside. We can try to make it happen. So guys, if y'all have been riding for any period of time, it's a common saying that it's not about if you're going to go down on your bike, it's a when. And that's not necessarily something on you as the rider. It could totally be just the circumstances. We only got 2 wheels, boys. you gotta stay balanced, and you have half the traction. We actually have way less than half the traction of a car. So the odds are stacked against you to keep the bike up the vast majority of the time, and that's before you introduce gravel on the road, car people just doing car people stuff, just generally. You got oil in the road, you got wet spots that you don't notice. There are tons of things that, and that's before we even talk about going off-road. Yeah. So the odds of your bike going down, pretty high. Hopefully that happens in a way that doesn't hurt you or the motorcycle. But one thing you can do to massively help in your favor is protection on the motorcycle. So I think we should probably start off first and just go over like a general list of protection that most people go for. Just to give people like here's what's out there type thing.
I am going to be useless as far as street bikes are concerned, because I have never, not once, put any protection on a street bike.
Really?
Ever.
Okay, well, before we get into that, talk me through that, because my first R6. We'll go into it. Talk to me about the thought process of like, fuck it.
When I got my first bike, it was the FZ,
right?
And I was going to, and I saw a guy with an FZ with some sliders.
What type of sliders?
The ones that go through the body, like kind of like the RNG style. The
pucks. Gotcha.
And that thing caught and caused the low side to become a tumble because it caught on something.
And you saw that while you were riding?
Yeah, and I was like, well, no. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, because you're you're 50, 60 highway speeds. You hit a little with one of those sliders, and it could do some real damage. So I'm like, I'd rather it just slide and fuck up some fairings and maybe a handlebar or whatever.
So you were firsthand watching a guy who had the protection that you were planning on getting, and it ended up causing more damage than potentially it could have or would have had to.
Yeah, it turned the low side into a fucking flippy flop. That motherfucker went bloop, 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 bloop.
So that turned you off from protection, period?
For street bikes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting point.
I mean, it's the same idea of like permanently attaching something to your helmet that doesn't pull away.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Like it could turn a bad day into a fucking horrible day. That's why all the peaks on the ADV helmets are breakaway and dirt bike helmets and stuff.
All right, so we're going to go over street protection first, and we'll have the street protection conversation. It'll probably be mostly me since Bo doesn't have a ton of information, and my allergies are slowly getting worse. This is great. I'm going to watch my progression downwards.
Why don't you be allergic to grapefruit?
Oh my god, dude! What if I just like fucking puffed up? But it only happened when I finished it.
Yes.
I was like, oh man, that was so delicious. All right, so let's go over some street protection first. We have axle sliders. These things are really neat because they're super simple. It's just a rod that connects these two pucks that go on the outside of your axle. You can use these on the front, rear, or both axles if you want. This is kind of a go-to for me. I put axle sliders on everything, or all of my own motorcycles. My MT10's got them. My R6 has had them. Definitely love these, and they're pretty cost-effective. I also like the way they look. Just personal preference.
I have to wonder if they actually do anything because like most of those are below the line where your body and your handlebars are going to hit, right?
That's true. Yeah. No, I've thought the same thing. It's one of those things though that I look at them, and again, like I like the way they look, but it's also like I have to imagine there's some situation where that wheel and the bike could hit the ground in a certain way. And if you guys don't know, wheels aren't cheap. So
it's true.
And obviously that's not going to help it if the bike wheel falls over perfectly on a rock that's on the ground. Like it's not going to stop that.
Yeah.
What you're going to get with sliders is slide protection. So your bike's down on the ground going at speed, and that slider is going to be the thing that hits the ground and gets shaved away, hopefully not catching anything.
Yeah.
Instead of the side wall of your tire or your wheel or something like that. So sliders are a really good cost-effective way to help out. Speaking more of sliders, and this is what Bo was referencing, guys, is frame sliders. So typically, and different models do it differently, this will actually most of the time be a thick bolt that goes directly into the frame of your motorcycle. The whole point of these, and there are cut and no cut varieties, and we'll talk about that in a second, but basically one of the most expensive cosmetic issues that you have when you drop a motorcycle or when you have a low side is your fairings. Fairings are extremely expensive. Even the aftermarket Chinese fairings. Yeah. Like we work with Monster fairings a lot, which is really cool. You can customize whatever the hell you want your fairings to look like. Those things still cost $700 for a full set. They are not cheap. So frame sliders in a hypothetical perfect world are supposed to be there for when your bike falls over, the frame slider hits, and the frame slider, the actual slider itself, is never made out of like a metal. It's always like a rubber or really hard, not rubber, but like a really hard plastic.
It's a Delrin type of material.
Whatever that kind of sounds like, a sword.
Machining plastic.
So the whole point of that is so when your bike goes over at speed, it's sliding across the ground, that slider is going to just be withered away, and they don't wither away quickly. Like, these things are hard ass material. I have had, oh, there we go. Cool.
I got a false sense of security from it.
Oh no! And now you've been burnt.
Yeah, it was doing so well that I was like, oh, maybe it did help.
Yeah, no, it's been a couple episodes since it died. Let's wait to see if it comes back, and it'll probably die again. But it is what it is.
Those
All right.
particular type of sliders are the ones that scare me because they're just like a fucking cylinder. Right? They stick out like this. Like the ones in your MD10 are a little bit weird because they're like more of a like a trapezoid kind of thing.
Well, so they make these differently. The old school, like, this is the way that all the frame sliders were. For a while, this is the only thing you could get. There are different models now where, like, my MT10 has this, like, kind of, it's almost like a teardrop shape, and it's longer. But the whole point is just to protect those fairings if you go
had
over.
a set of those on T, and it was a bit dented on the frame where they were attached. So it's like, that's what the other part of, like, people in the comments for my protection, the crash bars on the Tiger,
Right.
well, I'm gonna damage the frame, and I'm like, maybe, but it's, I mean,
I'll put it this way. I have had frame sliders on every street bike I've ever owned. I have gone down on almost every one of them. Knock on wood, haven't gone down on the MT10. And I've never had frame damage. Granted, like, I've been super fortunate. Every wreck I've been in, I've been decked out in gear. I mean, gear's never really been a problem for me. I've always kind of worn gear and everything. But I've always dealt with low sides. Low sides have been...
what did that say?
I don't know. I've never seen that message before. Will you go get the fan and try to fan it?
I thought that's the fan's job.
Oh my God. Just go over there and stay over there. So guys, I've always had frame sliders. I've never gone down on the MT10. All the low sides I've had have been relatively simple. Sorry, Bo's just yelling now. I've never had an issue with frame sliders. They are way better these days. I've noticed that here, I think Ghost is... Oh, thank you so much, Ghost, for putting those in here. So, guys, these are much more close to what my MT10 sliders look like. And the really cool thing about this is this section right here on the outside, just these two bolts come off, and you can literally buy a replacement of this section. It's super cool. It makes it really easy to, if you do go down... It's only this little puck, and that's going to protect all of your fairings. Now, I know Bo was talking about. I would send you back to here, but Bo's directly in front of the camera. The really cool thing about these sliders, the ones right here, is they're not just that little puck. So I don't think these would dig into the ground as easy as that little cylindrical one. Yeah. I really like these, and I also like there's a base to them. I'll show you guys a photo here. So these and these aren't the exact same, but they all mount up relatively similar, and they're going to be different based on what your frame is and how your frame is put together. But basically what you have is, you guys can see this little line right here.
Multiple points of contact seems better.
Yeah, I love that. The Torno I rode has that.
On a singular point of contact, it worried me, so I just never put it on.
I will give you that. It is something I would think about when I was like, God, there's just one bolt, and if that bolt snaps off, that's the thing I always worried about.
It's also the leverage. The smaller the point of contact, the more pressure is going to be put on that point of contact.
Right.
So if you spread the load out across a larger space, then less of that torsional rotation is.
I want to show you guys what, because you guys know, I had my R6 days where I rode an R6 all the time, and I saw a frame slider and was like, no, I need more than a frame slider. And if you guys want to go to the next freaking level on frame sliding, you can get what is called a crash cage. I have never stunted. I have never wanted to stunt, but a crash cage is more for stunting because, like, when you're stunting, your bike is going to go down all the time. Left and right, you are going to be hitting the ground with it. I had the genius idea of getting. I'm trying to find a photo that I can show you guys of close to what I used to have on my R6. This is pretty close. So check this out.
Oh yeah.
This is a crash cage. So if you were to go down, you guys can see how much more substantial that is. Now, this is a much more elegant crash cage than I had on my R6. Mine stuck out a lot.
Yeah.
And I think crash cages are great if you're going to ride and do stunting. If you are going to ride and actually do track days and stuff like that, you would think like, well, a track day, I'll definitely need that. But the problem is those things, at least the one I have, it sticks out from your bike so much that if you're really getting into it, your body's leaned all the way off the bike, you're dragging your knee through turns on track days and shit, that will actually touch the ground if you try to get too close. So just keep it in mind. Hopefully they make them better these days. We were semi-early situation on my R6. It was quite a while ago. But just stuff to keep in mind. Crash cages are cool. They're obviously super helpful. I didn't like the idea of it when I was going at speed. And while I had that crash cage on, I was doing a lot of spirited riding.
Dumb shit.
Spirited riding is what we call it. So just stuff to keep in mind. All right, so we got sliders, both axles and frame sliders. You can also get sliders for your handlebar, your bar ends.
Yeah.
So, because like, if you guys don't know when a bike falls over,
I feel like that's a little bit ridiculous because
you think so?
Like, okay, the slider's gonna what? I mean, you're still going to be pulling on the handlebar. The handlebar is going to bend before the slider does its job.
Well, no, I think the whole point of a bar end slider
especially if it's a clip-on, hey, that fucker's gone.
Maybe not, but
That motherfucker's gone.
If you've got a handlebar or a clip-on and you do a low speed maybe slide, the handlebar slider will get worn away and not your actual end of your handlebar. So I personally think the handlebar sliders are awesome to grab. I do recommend those. Final thing is swing arm spools, which are really cool. They kind of make it so you don't really need a rear axle slider. What they are these little spools. It will stop your frame from dragging on the ground if your bike's on its side, and they are most often used to prop your bike up. So if you guys got something like a pit bull stand or something like that, you pop these in, and that's how you pop the bike up. I don't
miss having to do any of that.
I don't think any street bike should not have swing arm spools. Especially if you have like a lift or something to work on your bike and you need to remove your rear tire.
My stand just had the pads that went under the.
I never liked the. I mean, we have a pit bull stand here that has the little pads that just lifts up the swing arm. I never liked using those because I just never felt secure. Like my bike wasn't going to go anywhere. I've never had a situation where they went anywhere. Let's put it that way. But I feel so much more secure with swing arm spools. Also, you want to talk about cheap? Swing arm spools are like $20 maybe. You can probably get them for like $5 on Amazon, even though I don't know if I would recommend $5 swing arm spools that are going to go into your swing arm.
That's fair.
Just don't mess that up. Spend a couple extra bucks.
I imagine they would break before doing any damage.
I would hope so. But 3 months, Nick. Thank you so much, man.
Nice, bud.
Don't forget about foldable levers. Oh, good point, Nick. Yes, foldable levers are a great point. Most levers, if you guys have never looked at your levers, I would be willing to bet the lever comes down and then it has a ball at the end. But right before that ball, there's like a little cut in the lever. I don't know if you guys know this. That is there to make a weak point in your lever so that the end of the lever pops off if you go down and it doesn't break the entire lever. If you want to get past all of that, you can also get aftermarket foldable levers. We use those on the CBR 600.
Yep.
If you guys don't remember, we built that CBR 600 kind of like a mock track bike type situation.
Yeah.
And at a track day, sometimes you go down. That foldable lever, if you go down, the lever literally just has a pivot point on it, and it just bends up, so you never have to worry about that. That's a really good notification there. Oh yeah, here Ghost has got us a photo. Thank you, Ghost, for that super fast grab. So guys, these are foldable levers. You can see right here before it gets into that mounting point, it'll just fold up, no problem. And that right there is a handlebar spool, a little slider. So that that'll be ground away if the bike goes down. Really cool look. I like the foldable levers. I've never been, I've never owned foldable levers. I always like the shorty levers.
Yeah.
And by having the shorty levers, it kind of gets around the need for levers as much, because obviously the handlebar is going to poke out more than the actual lever.
Man, if that thing breaks, then it's like,
What?
that's the shorty lever.
Yeah, I mean, so that's one of the things though. If you have a shorty lever and the shorty lever breaks, then your bike hit
Ever
the
since
ground
watching,
really bad.
what is it, Adam Raymond 1?
Is that the same guy
Yeah.
that
Ever since watching that video of how he adjusts his brake and clutch lever, like I don't see myself ever needing shorty levers ever again.
I don't need them. I just like
No,
them.
I'm saying I like him because one of the things my MSF instructor would yell at me,
Yeah.
but I float my controls and I use 1 to 2 fingers. That's just
What do you mean float by float?
my
your controls?
most of the time my hand is sitting here with my fingers just touching the tops of my controls.
Yeah.
So that way I'm putting a little bit of pressure, so I'm not stabbing
Yeah.
my controls. I'm just kind of floating them, and that way I can put even pressure on them. And I thought about getting shorty levers because there's no reason to have all that extra if I'm not using it.
All right.
And then I watched a video of his where he was showing how he sets it up for like adventure riding and stuff, and I was like, oh, I've adjusted mine now. If you look at my Tiger, the clutch lever is like 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches this way. So like, whereas it will butt up against it's pretty close to my bark busters on this side. I've got like this much room on the left side, and so that way my hands are just sitting in that little nook that's created by the kind of
Interesting. So you just move them sideways.
Yep.
That thing's gonna die again. Here, let's go to your shitty camera while I fuck with it.
Cool. My hat, it's definitely not this
It's exactly
nuclear
like that. It's colored
fuchsia. I don't know. I can see when I look at these things, like I could see it's better to have it and not need it, I guess.
What, the shorties?
No, for all of this protection that you've got here. But like I said, I don't know what it was. Just seeing that one guy wreck, I was like, all right, what? Chase Olin's ball bearings or oh my god.
What?
Just the attempt.
Oh no.
The attempt.
Hold on. I'm getting the camera back up, guys.
The attempt.
All right. I have the fan actually on it now. So
It was on it.
It was like a whole stratosphere off.
I felt I did the hand thing.
So Andy
There's this bug
Eugenie.
that is driving me nuts.
Huh?
There's this bug that's flying around.
I know. Did you see me a second ago? I went cross-eyed and tried to like slap it. Andy says, Chase, Olin's ball bearings or Ligma ball. I looked at that.
I even said it that it was an attempt.
I didn't understand it because I was like, ball bearings. Like, I don't know a lot of companies that make ball bearings.
To turn your joke into a real thing, if you own a bike that has standard steering stem bearings, do yourself a fucking solid favor and go get the all balls tapered bearings. It'll fix any issues that you have with your steering film.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I did it on the Bolt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Bo, let's go into your category now, your ADV protection.
Yeah.
Because while street protection is extremely important, I almost think ADV protection is even more important because you're in an environment and you're going to be doing the type of things where like your bike is going to go down.
Yeah.
Like 100%. And it's a normal thing.
All of the protection on ADV is literally meant to keep a 500-pound bike from impaling itself on a rock.
So
like, that's literally what
walk
it is.
us through the protection that people need to be aware of for an ADV bike if they are running
The
like
ones that are going to stand out are going to be your crash guards, so engine and frame protection.
Mm-hmm.
So they're much like that stunt cage that you showed. They'll cover the engine, they'll cover the top of the frame.
Right.
Skid plates covers the bottom of the engine itself.
Okay.
In a lot of cases that's going to include, regulator rectifiers for some bikes, your oil filter, the bottom of the engine itself, your oil, like where all your oil and all the good stuff that's supposed to stay inside your bike. If you
You wanted to stay inside.
if you puncture that and put a hole in it, well then it's pretty much the end of the ride unless you got some JB Weld on you.
Toasty toast. All right.
Yeah. Those are the main ones that I would suggest. If you get anything, get those things. This is going to be you don't have to have them.
Oh, bark busters don't have to have?
I would say you don't have to have them. Like the plastic ones would have done fine for being brush guards, keeping your hands protected. The metal ones are really just to add more protection for
In case
heavier
your hand
things.
literally hits a tree.
Yeah, for heavier things, and also to protect your controls and shit if it gets tipped over. My bike has been over half a dozen times now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's fine.
So when it comes
Also,
to
just a side note to all the people in the comments for the Outback Motor Tech who are like, blah, 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 don't know the way it mounts. People have had problems. Those people are fucking idiots, and they mount them wrong. And that's what many people in the comments were saying was, you're doing it wrong. I can tell you this. I have dumped that bike a lot of times, including a couple of times on a paved driveway, right on the bars.
Mm-hmm.
I've had no problems. Zero problems. I've dumped it in a river. I've smashed it when we went to Dawson. Me and Patty.
there's video proof
Yeah.
of this happening.
Smashed it twice when I was at Dawson with Patty and Jeff.
Right.
They're solid. They're fine. If you mount them correctly, they will do their job and disperse the impact.
So you've been happy with your Outback MotorTech crash bars.
solid.
What are your thoughts generally on OEM versus aftermarket crash bars?
Most of the OEMs are meh. Like the Triumph ones. Doodle has the 900 GT Pro, and she had the Triumph, the OEM crash bars.
Okay. And that's the model above yours.
It's the street model.
Okay.
And she dropped it, and her left side. I mean, it seems to be fine now. It did one of those things where like she dropped it a whole bunch of times after that, and it must have straightened out or something. But
shit.
The first drop, and it was not a big one. She wasn't actually riding like serious off road. She was on her way to California.
Okay.
And dropped it, and the left side bent in. It was touching the fairings.
Oh shit.
They're not the same kind of quality as like a person who's these companies, Outback MotorTech specifically.
Yeah.
And there's other companies that do it as well. But the reason I chose theirs is because they took this idea of like take the crash bars and start taking stuff away until it fails.
Right.
And then go up that notch.
Right.
Like what's the minimum that you actually need to make sure that your bike is protected and does its job?
Because with more items, more weight.
Well, more
So-
weight. The taller bars, they have more leverage. I'm sure the reason hers did what they did is because there's a bunch of metal hanging up that's not attached anywhere, so it's a leverage point.
Ah.
So if you shorten that, that's what I was looking at, and the reason I chose those is because there's not a lot of meat that isn't close to a mounting point.
That's a good point. That'd be terrifying if there was
But
a
the
crash
weight-
bar that just kind of
Weight comes down, price comes down because it's less material.
Yeah.
Or it can come up when they use better material. So
Outback MotorTech also does a really good job of their marketing. They literally, if you guys have never watched it, highly recommend it. They literally attach a motorcycle. They put their crash bar on a motorcycle, like a Tiger 900, for instance. They put straps around the bike and then attach those straps on its kickstand, and then they attach the strap to a forklift, and they just haul ass that way. And they'll pull the bike over the kickstand, drop it on the ground, and then drag that motherfucker for like 10 feet.
Yeah, they did one with the GS where they dragged it off of a pavement into.
Oh shit!
Yeah. They drag it goes clunk. And then
this is actually one of those situations. What we say is not going to do you guys justice. I'm going to look up a video because I want to find the GS one. I just want to see it.
The GS one is really great.
So tell us more about other stuff. I'll look this up.
So what I currently have and what I would suggest that most people look into is headlight protection.
Oh, okay.
Which is not something that a lot of people would immediately
I would have not expected you to go that route.
Changing out a headlight is expensive, especially in a modern LED headlight. I think my headlight for the Tiger is like $600-700. It can cost like $1,200 for like the GS.
So for the main headlight, super important.
Yeah. And so like
I'm glad to know I already have that handled on the Ibex, because good God. All right, so here's the video from Outback Motor Tech. I found the GS.
Yeah.
This is gonna be painful to watch, but we're gonna watch it anyway.
This is the reason I reached out to them, is watching these videos.
All right,
like nobody else is putting their bikes literally.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a little montage of install.
Torture tests.
Oh God.
I've been posting blogs and videos of our crash bars.
So they had this.
Both bikes.
Oh shit.
And then they just drag it.
Oh my God. Look, there's a forklift.
He's gonna pull it up onto the concrete. They pull it up onto the concrete.
That just goes to show you how much torture these bikes can go through.
Yeah. And granted, most of them will never see an accident. So this is just him talking about it. They actually do videos separate to that is just them torture testing the bikes. But and then oh God.
Oh no, he's just like, all right, bye.
Yep. Bye, bitch.
Dude, that bike's going. The rear wheel was literally. Dude, can you imagine doing this?
I mean, that's full weight. So like in a real situation, like you're as a person are gonna try to keep it up.
Yeah.
Just by instinct.
Yeah, they're letting it just go straight down.
But they took the Tiger.
Goodness.
They took he's full send. They took the Tiger and they strapped that thing to it and they pulled it off left side and right side.
Jesus, dude.
And then just yanked it and then drug it like 30 feet with a forklift. And I was like, okay, well, if they're willing to show that and do that, then like I can give them a shot and see.
Hey guys, this is 3 years ago. This is what these guys have been. Oh God. just.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's putting faith in your fucking product, right?
So that's the thing that really I can really appreciate. Yeah. Actually, if you think about it, if these guys put the time in and their product does what it's supposed to do, they can do that and the bike shouldn't be hurt. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that doesn't stop me from every time I watch that. I'm like,
I've got their skid plate, I've got their pannier racks, and I've got the crash guards.
Oh, I forgot that they had the pannier rack.
Mm-hmm. Because they also have like a kind of a mount for stuff to put on the pannier rack and everything.
So how have you liked those bars? Because you've had them for how many? Like it's been months now that you've had those.
Yeah, it's been like 6-7 months, something like that.
Yeah, still working fine. Bike's totally fine.
Absolutely.
Do you have any damage on your bike that got through?
0.
Really?
0.
Even the river thing,
0.
where rocks are different sizes.
Not a scratch on any other part of that bike.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So as soon as I dumped it in the river,
and you looked at it,
it was okay, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, we're good.
There's nothing that's gonna happen.
We're good because I have bark busters.
Yeah.
I've got the bark busters with the VPS shield, which is a kind of a convertible shield that you can lower it when it gets hotter.
Okay.
So that little yellow shield that's on the front has a black piece. That black piece I can make it go taller, shorter, or remove it. Depending on like what time of year. And it's still cool. The metal is good and it's protecting my levers and my mirrors.
So the bark buster is basically like a metal vertebra And then it has the plastic that goes from the
Yeah, the plastic is a brush guard. The metal is the crash guard. And then I've got a Hepco and Becker headlight protector.
Okay.
Not the one I wanted.
Right. Why did you go with that one versus
Because there was none available. I've been looking at the TourTech quick release. It's more like the version for the Ibex, which is kind of a grid.
Yeah.
But it's all encompassing and it's quick release, so I can take it off, clean it, all that stuff.
Oh, I've never even thought about that on the Ibex. Oh my god, that's gonna suck.
Just foam cannon it, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be foam, water, more water.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Hepco's good. It does its job. It's literally just a grill.
Yeah.
But it's got one point of contact. And
So if you had a really big rock.
it's not even, for me, it's not about that. It's like if I hit a bump and then the weight of it, because it's metal, moves it down,
Right.
now I'm not protected because it comes off like an inch.
I see.
It's not something that's happened yet.
Yeah, but it's not one of those situations you want to find
And
out.
more points of contact means that it's not going to shift and everything.
If you guys
Plus, I like
haven't
the way
seen-
that the TourTech looks better, personally, in my opinion.
Fair.
But I've got that, and then I've got the Alt Rider luggage rack on
You
the
have
back.
so much protection on that bike. Good
Dude.
God.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. I've got the tank pads for top and sides.
But that's not protection, right? That's
I
just
mean,
gripping.
it's paint protection.
Oh, fair.
Fairings.
Um,
I'm fucking saving it with all this other shit. Might as well save it for my
Just
stupid
save it
knees.
from everything. It's the inside
I'm
job.
trying to
the
think of
knees.
any other protection things I have on it. I don't think so. I think that's it for full protection.
I'm gonna pull up the video.
The skid
of
plate
the
is
Ibex headlight guard.
the skid plate is like one of those things. Almost every OEM skid plate is a hunk of crap. It's a thin
Really?
aluminum. It's not going to do good.
Okay.
It'll fold like fucking tinfoil usually.
So what about the one on the
They're gonna be good for
Ibex?
like pebbles and stuff, but as soon as a big rock hits it, chances are most OEMs are gonna crap out.
We've been surprised by the Ibex protection stuff though, so I wonder if that goes with the.
So that's the stock one. Do they not have an upgraded one?
I don't know.
Because like some OEMs will have like a base one,
Right, and then you
they'll
can
ship
get a
with it,
thicker one.
and then you can get the thicker one. Yeah. I've seen the Triumph ones get mangled.
Really?
Yeah, like absolutely mangled. Which is why that was one of the first things that I told you I was like, I don't want to take this thing off road until I've got protection because
Radiator guard.
radiator guard. Yeah.
Guys, look at the video. This is the headlight guard for the Ibex headlight.
Yep.
And CF Moto actually makes this. I'm trying to find a spot in the video, like once we install it. We had a bit of a hard time installing it. It was a little tricky.
Yep.
Hey, make sure to have some TP on the bike. Skid mark protection.
Nice.
Another great Chase comment. You know what I'm saying?
It was it reminded me a lot of putting the Outback Motortech. I think it just got warped in shipping.
You're talking about the Ibex headlight?
Yeah, I think it was just shipping. It got smushed, moved, or whatever. But
yeah,
it's beefy.
It is incredibly beefy, and we did a little nighttime test. We turned the lights off in the shop. If you guys want to go watch this video, it's on the channel. Just search I made the CF Moto Ibex 800T indestructible. Which, to be fair, their stuff
Their
was
skid
solid.
plate is a little light, in my opinion, and it only covers the very bottom of your bike. So I would have loved to see something that comes up further up front,
Right.
and further out the sides, and
On the skid plate?
Yeah, the skid plate.
Well, that's just room for making it better.
I mean,
Look at that hefty boy.
it's a big bitch.
Like, bruh. Ain't nothing. I mean, I ain't gonna say ain't nothing, but like that is a protected surface.
Yeah.
Plus, the headlight on the Ibex is really long and everything, so it's like the bigger a unit, it's one of those things where if one piece in the far right corner gets cracked, it's like, all right,
The whole thing has to go.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Definitely wanted to protect it.
It's one of those things that I didn't think about when I was first shopping for protection.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody on a forum talking about having to replace their headlight for the Tiger, and it was like $700.
And you were like, okay, don't want to do that.
Fuck that.
So you've seen what I've got on the Ibex right now.
Mm-hmm. It's ready.
Before we go, is there anything you would recommend I get?
So the benefit to the OEM skid plate on yours is that it's metal.
Do they make skid plates that
So
are
the
not
one
metal?
that came on mine, and some manufacturers, if you get like just the
base model?
it's like here's a plastic, basically a pebble guard.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, to be fair, if you don't
Yeah.
plan on going like
Yeah.
off-road, because like
Yours is at least metal, though I would love to see it be larger and more encompassing.
But you've heard from the people at Triumph when you've taken your bike in, the majority of the people that buy the bike you have don't do anything close to what you do on it, even though that's what the bike is literally made for.
Yeah.
So, like, I could see why they'd put that on there, because if you know your market and you know you can give them like what'll work, and then you can lower the price for them, like I can see that.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff that I've done has been a lot more craggy than and loose than a lot of people would be doing. Because, granted, half of the roads that I've ridden are nice, fast gravel roads.
Yeah.
But a handful of those trips that I've done, both by myself with Chase,
Chase T.
yeah, Chase T with Patty, like most of those rides were chill. There was
Yeah.
a couple of little shitty spots, but then you get these little chunks of land where it's just like the earth is trying to kill you.
That's one of the most fascinating things about ADV riding to me is like you don't know. You could have a thunderstorm have come in a week ago,
And I've heard
it mess up.
I've heard the ping of a giant rock bopping the bottom of the bike.
Snap!
Yeah.
I imagine you hear that and you're like, nice.
Yeah, not a damn thing has happened to it.
What is this is kind of going off of the protection side, but like your bike is fully protected, mine is on the way there. What is something that you look forward to doing in South Dakota, specifically on your Tiger this time? Because we were on Pan Am's last time, so
I mean,
we weren't
all of it really, because like that's the
even if we did everything the exact same.
Even if we did everything the exact same, the whole time I'm just like, I'm really enjoying this. I just wish I was on my bike.
Yeah,
And
and I remember you saying
experiencing
that a lot. Like I
on
think you
my
said that
bike.
like every day.
Because
when you were there.
I got that bike because I love that bike.
Yeah.
I love the way it feels. It fits me. I like the way I know what to expect with it. I know what it can or can't do.
Yeah.
And knowing that means I can push it a little harder
Yeah, that's fair.
and then enjoy what I'm doing a little bit more.
I will say now that
saying that, I'm not like out there like fucking ripping it like birch, you know, like,
Right. I will say now that I've got the ADV bike. I use that to go if I have to go do client stuff. I'm using that to like
that fucking luggage, son.
yeah. The luggage has been game changing. I am excited for the different luggage I'm going to be installing probably next week if we have time. Very excited for that.
Wait, which different luggage? Is it the
All
first
the-
different luggage or the second one?
No,
or
the third one.
Okay.
I'm most excited about the second one.
Okay.
Or no, technically the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the luggage has been game changing. But we talked a little bit about it when we were riding the Pan Ams. There is something about an ADV bike where I remember this specifically. It was leaving from the Aprilia ride the other day because it was one of those days where like we almost got rained out, but the rain held off luckily while we did the Aprilia riding, and I took the Ibex over to Douglasville, and I rode it back, and on the way back. Clouds were super nasty. I'm seeing all these lightning bolts, and typically as a rider, that's the time where you should be like, fuck, do I pull over? Like, where do I need to do? But I don't know if it's just my mindset, but like when I get on a good ADV bike, or what my definition of a good ADV bike is, I want to see that and be like, this is about to get adventurous. And like I get excited about it, and I'm like, I don't know what's about to come up, but I feel prepared for it.
I think that may just be your brain.
Maybe. It probably is.
Yeah, I think this is just your brain.
It's fun though. The Ibex is. I've got this big fun bike that I want to go and attempt.
For me though, that same feeling comes up. It's like, okay, so me and Chase T, we went like I think it was like 8-9 hours riding up near Suches. Like we left from Suches and went riding.
Okay.
And there was this one moment, and I think he said it was a road that he hadn't gone down.
Right.
And we went to it, and it just dead end on the top of a mountain. Like,
oh shit!
And you could just see
everything.
It reminded me a lot of Cement Ridge up when we went up to the lookout tower.
The first off-road experience we really had.
It reminded me a lot of that because you're sitting there up top, and it's just fucking miles.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Not a single person near us. You could hear a dirt bike in the distance somewhere down there.
that's kind of cool.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, this is awesome.
The Cement Ridge thing was cool. The thing that kind of threw it off for me was all the drunk ass hickey people in side by sides.
Yeah.
Because like
Buckballed, that's what it was called. Buckballed.
it was just one of those situations where like I wanted to really just like be in that moment. And
Actually,
then
a couple of those moments were with Chase, because like the big river crossing, not the one that I dumped it on, but we went and we were actually, it was like a fucking actual river. And we
the
had
one where
to-
Pat got stuck at the end of it.
no, this was that was just me and Pat and
You crossed
Jeff.
a bigger river than that? Oh shit!
Yeah,
guy.
and I didn't have my a GoPro recording because we ended this. It was like this super fast area, and I was enjoying that. And then he comes down, and it's just like burp, and it's just ruts and rocks, and I was like, oh shit! And then it's like I don't know, 20 yards of that, and it's maybe like a 40-degree decline, and we get to the bottom of that, and it's just a fucking river, like as wide or no wider than this shop.
This way or this way?
It's probably about this way.
Bro, no.
And
Absolutely
and the trail
not.
wasn't on the other side. So we waited out there and the trail was on this side, but like 30, 40 yards down.
So what do you go into the river and then up the river?
But the
Were
whole
your
time I'm
boots,
just
like,
like
soaking
oh
wet?
yeah.
Oh,
And I was just like the whole time I'm like, fuck, this is awesome. That's when I had those moments. It's like getting into those kind of things. Like I looked at him and I said, look, I was way outside of my skill set coming down that hill, so whatever we do, we ain't going back up it.
yeah, going up
Yeah.
is an
Yeah.
interesting
His
game.
fucking exhaust was under the water, just going. I almost dumped it, and if I had dropped it in the river, it's the river's now. It just belongs there.
Did you think about that?
Oh
one?
yeah, the whole time. But I love shit like that. That's where I get those moments. It's not like the adventure.
We
like,
didn't
on
do a
the
river
horizon.
crossing with the Pan Ams in South Dakota, right?
No, we had that little mud puddle, that little splash at the beginning of the little thing. But it was like literally like a.
I don't remember
It's
that.
technically a water crossing.
Fucking god, technicalities.
But having all these bikes like that we're going to be used to, that are ready for that kind of riding, I think is going to be. I think 100% we could do the same fucking routes and have an even better time than we did last time.
I think we should do different routes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, maybe not climb a mountain with the ibex.
You'll be fine.
Bro, if it wasn't for the off-road braking technology in the Pan Am, I would have sent it off of a 10-foot cliff.
To be clear,
100% would have done that.
that was because we shouldn't even have fucking been in that little area.
Yes. Yes.
And what did we
should not
learn?
have. Not to go to that area.
Not to go off the route.
Yeah, no, if we just stayed on the route, we'd have been
You'd have
okay.
been fine. Now, I have now since it was actually when I went with Patty and Jeff to Dawson, I have turned the traction control off of what happened? What happened?
I'm just playing the video in my head.
If Patty getting stuck on a log.
No, I'm playing the video in my head of like if we redid everything we did with the Pan Ams but with the CF and this wouldn't happen, but in my head it did.
You would just flown off.
And I'm
yes.
going down and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going, because like if I'm going, I need to throttle, right? Because I need my weight to be shifting backwards
you'll need
a little
to
bit.
basically come down like this.
Yeah, I can't brake because I'm going to brake and just
Dive.
whoopsie daisy. So I'm just watching the video in my head of you and Pat are like, no, I'm not going to do that. So y'all are in the center of that quarry watching my dumbass. And I come off it and everything looks fine. And I'm in the air and I'm like, I'm doing it. And I hit the ground and I just go, donk. And I just flick off the bike and my butt goes, woo.
You would be.
So I was watching that video in my
Yeah.
head while you were talking. I'm sorry. That was hilarious.
No, I'm just saying you have some trepidation about the lack of electronics.
That is my main trepidation right now. Is that the
have all
ibex
the
does not have
electronics,
that.
and I turned them off when we did the.
To be clear, the ibex has a lean, sensitive ABS and
Yeah.
ABS. It
Yeah.
does not have traction control of any type.
yeah. I
For some
turned off
reason.
all the traction control on the Tiger the last time we were at Dawson to do the water crossing and stuff. You get a little wheel spin, but it was not scary. The only part that it was like it took me by surprise was coming out of the water on the other side of the bank
With no traction
and no
control on?
track control, and it was just like gang, 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 and it just.
So what did you do?
It just modulated my clutch a little bit more. And that's it.
Huh. So that's one of those situations where you stay steady on throttle and then you're like,
Yep.
interesting.
That's it. That's all I did. I think you're gonna be fine.
Now that we've talked about this, I'm super glad we had this episode. We need to put those tires on, and we need to go for at least 2 rides around here.
Yep.
Just so I can get a feel.
You're gonna
for
be
what's
surprised how
feeling.
well those do on the road.
The guy from Dunlop was
wild.
telling me some like great stuff.
But they're better than the street tires that were on my Tiger when I bought them.
Control Alt Own says Chase about to back out of ADP Pros before it begins.
Nah, because we have to go deliver the last bike. So we got you locked in, sucker.
I'm locked in, boys. Yeah, I mean, I've got sponsorship stuff
Yeah,
figured out for
we already got
all of it.
sponsors and everything. So,
So if you want me to go do something,
so
get me paid.
you guys get the little the scoopity scoop. Ooh, we're driving, obviously.
Yeah, no, we're gonna fly all the way.
We're driving, obviously. So that means that you, me, and Patty in a Tundra for 22 hours. Let's fucking go. You need protection against me.
Yes,
is what you need.
I do.
Bring your loops.
I need loops and my Apple like over the ear headphones.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something.
I'm excited watching you put your bike together because like I told you this earlier.
I don't know what else to put on it.
I've been super excited watching it come together, mostly because it's like it's fun to see your buddy get excited about putting shit together.
Yeah.
But also selfishly, it just means that we can go fucking ride.
Yeah, finally we can actually go do like actual ADV riding, like I tried to do with my WR, and I mean I didn't have great tires. I didn't have and that bike's not.
Oh, that would have been a lot of fun on some actual dirt tires, though.
It would have been interesting.
It would have been fun.
Yeah,
you would have had so much fun if those were actual dirt tires.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, we haven't even talked about that live stream for when we're there. I've got ideas.
I look forward to hearing your ideas.
Yep.
Yeah, because we will be out for a Thursday.
We're gonna be gone for so long.
I'm flying back. I ain't riding back with those boys. I'm full.
It's fine.
I'm gonna be like, y'all asses can drop me off at a airport, and
You
I
go to
will see
Rapid
y'all.
City, the smallest airport in the fucking world.
That's fine. I'll go
Yeah.
back to Rapid City. You guys can just a little drive past. I'll take me a book bag, and I'll be like, I'll see y'all in Atlanta in a fucking couple of days. Bye bye.
Yep, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. So guys, hopefully we helped you out with your protection needs for motorcycling. We actually
Always wear protection.
we stayed pretty on topic for that. I'm impressed with us.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys have some information now on protection, and make sure your bike is protected, especially if it's an ADV bike. But even if it's not, if it's a road bike, protection is still super important because asphalt's hard. Don't know if you guys know about that
It do
yet.
be hard.
All right, boys. You guys have a good week. Ride safe, and we will see you next week for another video about something. Goodbye. Toodaloo.